Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hey, I wanted to just come at you here today. Just a couple thoughts on what we've been working on this week as far as journaling your trades, and you know, it's really a two-part process. First, you need to become aware. So when you're journaling, this is my trading journal. If you guys can see it here. All right, I just got this journal. Um, I filled out an entire one of these last year, just trading. While I'm in trades, I'm writing down prices, right? When After you're done with the trade, whether it's a winning trade or not, I mean, this is where you're going to grow. This is where you go within yourself to get better. This is where this is really where all the growth happens. So it's a two-part process. But when you guys are first, you need to be aware of the type of person you are, the trader you are. That's the first step. You got to kind of figure out, okay, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Um, Here, let me share the chart with you guys real quick also. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, so just what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. You got to, most traders, they enter their trade, they exit their trade, they just go on to the next one. I mean, they're too focused on their indicators. They're too focused on this person or that guru or this information or that headline, when really they should be focusing more inward on what it is they're doing, all right? What it is they're feeling, how they're thinking. Are you executing to your trade plan? Are you sticking with what you said you're going to do? That's really what it's about, is making promises to yourself and being disciplined enough to say, hey, this is in my trading plan. This is what I do. Boom, 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 boom. All right? When you step outside of your trading plan, are you even aware of it? You know? Um, I've trained several guys, junior traders, and they're all done really well. You know, some of them have left the business to do other things, trade over the markets. But um, I've taught 3 or 4 guys that didn't know anything about trading, or a couple guys came from the equity side that taught them the whole bond market and the whole, which is a whole other thing in itself. To try to learn the bond lingo is tough, but watching and observing a trader and teaching them how to trade, you get to see how they act and behave when they're in the trade, when they have the risk on, and then when they don't have it on. But most of the guys, they're not really aware of how they're feeling and what they're doing until they start actually journaling. All right. So that's the first step, because then you become aware of how you're feeling inside of a trade. When you're having a big day, it's easy to get greedy or get over euphoric. All right. That can lead to a lot of different trading mistakes, pressing into the lows, or some of that stuff we talked about today. But then the other big thing too is once you start journaling about these different topics, then you start to become aware of yourself as a trader and aware of what you're doing. But unless you're really journaling and writing this stuff down, there's a lot of little things that mistakes that you're doing and things you're doing well that you're going to be completely unaware of. So that's crucial. And then once you start doing that, you become aware of who you are as a trader. Then the next step is to really intentionally start to organize, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And so for those of you that weren't in the session today, we really went over, I've done this several times, but for those of you that are new, we make a column. And for those of you that aren't on our team, or you're new or thinking about joining us, this is a great value here. And this is the stuff we do. I mean, I do this a lot when I'm coaching traders or doing different consulting, but this is a great exercise. So the next 10 trades, all right, I challenge you just to do this. You have 2 columns, and we did this today in the room. You're going to have right action. Actually, right is spelled with an R, isn't it? It's not a long day. All right, you're going to have right action, wrong action. Okay? Because look, you can have a good trade and still stop out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to happen, part of the game. And as a matter of fact, if you're looking as a trader for the magical setup or the holy grail, I know where you are as a trader. It's novice amateur thinking. It doesn't happen. You don't want to be afraid of your losers. You're not trying to eliminate your losers. It's the complete opposite. What you want to do is be aware of what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Pay attention to your losers because there's usually lessons in there. But losing is just part of this game. So we care about the right action or the wrong action. All right. So you can have a good trade and have completely right actions. All right. You can have a winning trade and have a bunch of wrong actions, just sloppy. I mean, the market just bailed you out. All right. So this is the stuff that we work on in the room. But take your next 10 trades. When you have a right action, write it down. All right. Write it down. Write out the things you did well in your trade from the beginning to end. All right. And then at the end of the trade, if you notice any wrong actions, man, we took out the TMS pivot, and I didn't stop out there. I stayed in my short. I stopped out much higher. I could have stopped out here, or I could have trailed out and took my gains here had I used the correct pivot stop, or if I used the bar by bar stop. So actually that was a wrong action. Write it down. But do that for the next 10 trades. My traders are doing this. Then I'll just challenge you. See if you can do 10 trades in a row. Write down what you did right. Write down what you did wrong. Go to the next trade. And then go look in your journal at those last 10 trades and figure out what the common themes are. Figure out what you're doing right. And then figure out, what you're doing wrong. But more than likely, I want you to focus. This is the key right here. Focus on the wrong action column. And whatever the key themes are here, more than likely you're going to find a group of common mistakes and wrong actions you're making. So in other words, a lot of you guys are trading and you have the same common mistakes. You're not letting the market take you out. I hear, man, I was right. I was in the trade and I only made a little bit of money because I'm not letting my winners run. Okay, so that's an example where you're deciding, the ego is deciding to exit the trade versus you deciding, hey, I'm not going to exit this trade until the market takes me out. The only thing you should be deciding is where you're moving your stop to. And then you let the market decide how far it wants to run. And you just keep moving your stop. Okay? So that not letting the market take you out, all right? Not letting the market take you out. If you see that in the last 10 trades, that is showing up as the majority of one of your bad trading habits, you're going to make that your number one goal to get rid of, all right? And then every day, our traders and I, we talked about on the team, is that's our one focus. You're going to have one goal you start with tomorrow, and only want to focus on tomorrow. We're going to have one goal, that one item, that one wrong action, the only focus for tomorrow. If we don't do anything else right, you lose money, I don't care. The one thing you cannot do is repeat that same wrong action. I don't care what else you do tomorrow, do not let that one action, this one item happen. Do not let it happen. All right? And then the next day, we focus on the exact same thing. And do that for 2 or 3 weeks. They say it's 21 days to make a habit. I'm telling you guys, that just seeps into your subconscious, and you won't make that same habit anymore. You just become a different trader. But that's the steps you need to get to that next level and see that growth. But anyway, guys, I guess kind of a long video there. I don't know if I'll review today's trade. I just kind of wanted to re-emphasize this topic, and what I want you guys all, make sure you're figuring out your one item for tomorrow, that one goal that we're going to work on. All right. So if you're new, guys, check us out. Go to jenkinsrm.com. You can learn more about what we do. But essentially, my background is I came from the institutional side. We built this model after 10 years of trading cash treasuries. We traded big size. Big size covered all the primary dealers, a lot of hedge funds and buy-side guys. And it's all a directional model, the same stuff, the analysis that we would do for them and coverage we would do for them. They would trade alongside us. And again, it's all a directional model. So what we do now is we still have some institutional business, but our services, I'm pretty passionate about training and coaching. But really, one of the main visions I've had when I started the firm was our full access membership. So this is our group of traders. We get together. We trade every day. We trade a lot of currencies, but we trade a little bit of everything: bonds, oil, um, stocks, and it's over different time frames: longer term trading, swing trading, day trading. So check us out. We can get you a free trial in the room. That's really the best way to see what we're all about. I do have a what do I have? I have a webinar tomorrow. You can also that's open to anyone. Uh, anyways, jenkinsrm.com, guys. Figure out where you fit in. You can definitely reach out to us also at support@jenkinsrm.com. All right, come into the chat room also, and look forward to seeing the room. And I'll be hopefully having some more videos here for you guys shortly. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening.